Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, my name is Abbas Shah and I am lecturer in the Department of Commerce at Govt Degree College, Razzakabad, Karachi. In previous week, I have uploaded a lecture on the introduction to the bank reconciliation statement. I thank to all those viewers and students who watched that video and they given me their precious suggestions. In one of the comments, one of the students requested to solve some questions from the past papers. So today I have decided to solve a few questions from the past papers of the Karachi board. I hope that these questions will not only help you in solving your past papers, but they will also help you to understand thoroughly the basic concepts of this chapter. So let's move towards the question 2. I have decided to solve at least 5 years questions in this session. 5 years means from 2015 to 2019 I will try to solve these questions. So take a start from the question of 2015. This question appeared in the Karachi board examination in 2015. This question says, I hope that you will have past papers with you at your homes, and this will save my time for writing the question on the board. So if you open the question of 2015, regular and private, this question says the following is the information provided by Mukim and company at April 30, 2015 for preparation of the bank statement. Number 1, there are certain items given in this question, and the requirement of the question is that prepare a bank reconciliation statement. So starting from the first balance on April 30, the bank statement showed an overdraft balance of 8,500 and a cash book had a balance of 13,650. This question suggests that there is a negative balance in the bank statement. So first of all, we will write here description or particular. Secondly, you will write a brief introduction of the company. The name of the company is Mukim and Company here in the question, and we are preparing a bank reconciliation statement for the month ended April 30 as on April 30, 2015. Firstly, we will write the balances as given in the question. So the question says that on April 30, the bank statement shows an overdraft balance of 8,500. In my previous lecture, I briefly stated the concept of overdraft. Overdraft is a condition in which a bank gives some amount to the customer, to the account holder, and that is a liability for the account holder to be paid in the future. So in that term, we will write the opening balance negatively in the bank statement. Now the cash book balance is given in the question, that is 13,650 rupees. After that, certain transactions are given which we study, and we will judge them where to record them. First of all, it is given that deposit in transit 80,000. Deposit in transit, as I clearly mentioned in my previous lecture, deposit in transit is that deposit which an account holder makes at the end of the month, which is shown in the cash book and which is not shown in the bank statement. So here we have deposited some amount in the bank which is not shown in the bank. So we will add this amount to the bank statement. Number of the transaction is second. Deposit in transit will be added to the amount of bank column, and deposit in transit amounts to rupees 80,000. Number 3, a debit memo of rupees 1,500 accompanied by the bank statement for a locker rent. The bank had erroneously charged it to Mukim and Company instead of Mukim Brothers. Now you will see here that there is a difference of account title. The company which we are running, that is Mukim and Company, and there is another company with a similar name, almost a similar name, which is Mukim and Brothers. Mukim and Brothers might have taken some locker from the bank and their locker rent, which amounts to rupees 1500, has been deducted from the account of Mukim and Company instead of Mukim and Brothers. Now this is the error of bank. Amount of 15,000 they have wrongly deducted from our account. Now this amount the bank will add back to the account of Mukim and Company. So this is the error of bank, and bank will reverse that error by depositing the same amount. Error in recording locker rent wrongly deducted by the bank. The amount of this locker rent is 1,500 given in the question. Now the fourth transaction is the bank charged 100 rupees for services. As I told you earlier, the bank provides us different kinds of services, and for these services the bank charge us certain amount. This amount is directly deducted from the bank account. So here 100 rupees have been deducted, have been charged by the bank for their services. We have not recorded it because we did not know this amount until we received the bank statement. Now we have received the bank statement, and the bank statement says that 100 rupees amounts to service charges. So this amount has been deducted from the bank statement. Now we will deduct the same amount from the cash book in order to equalize the balance of both the books. Number 5, outstanding check. Outstanding check is the second name of unpresented checks. Unpresented checks are those checks which we issue to our suppliers or any outsiders. We record them in the cash book, but these checks are not presented at the counter of the bank for payment. So they are not shown in the bank statement. We have issued the checks from the cash book. We have deducted the amount. Now this is the turn of the bank to deduct the same amount from their balance. So outstanding checks amounting to rupees 48,000, we will deduct this amount from the bank statement. Outstanding or unpresented checks. Outstanding checks amounting to 48,000 will be deducted. I have shown the negative amount in the bracket, in the parenthesis. That is the appropriate way to show the negative amount. Number 6, a direct remittance in the bank account of 8,000 by customer. Remittance means somebody, your customer has deposited amount of 8,000 into your bank account. That is shown in the bank statement, but the customer did not inform us. That's why this amount is not shown in the cash book. So this amount has been recorded in the bank statement. Now this is the turn of the cash book to record this amount in their record. This amount is 8,000. The amount has been shown in the bank statement. Now we will show this amount in the cash book, 8,000 rupees. Number 7 is dividend collected by the bank on the behalf of the company, 3,000, but not recorded in the cash book. As I earlier explained in the first lecture, the dividends are the profit share where we make investment in the companies, and that profit share of the company is called dividend. The bank has collected 3,000 rupees on our behalf. It means that the bank has deposited 3,000 rupees, but our cash book does not show this record. The amount has been deposited into the bank. It is shown in the bank statement. Now this is the turn of cash book to show this amount in the record. So we will add this amount because the amount has been deposited into the bank. So we will add this amount of dividends into the cash book. And the amount is 3,000 rupees. We will add this amount to the cash book. Now the last transaction is, okay, item number 8 is a check of 720 of Azim deposited into the bank was erroneously recorded in the cash book as 270. This is called error of transposition. Error of transposition is such an error where an amount is inversely recorded. It means the digits of the amounts are misplaced or interchanged. 720 and 270 contain same digits, but these digits have been misplaced. The actual check was for 720. It means that the bank statement will show the amount of 720 rupees into your bank statement, while the same check has been recorded with the amount of 270. The difference is 450 rupees. We have less recorded this check of collection. So it means that we have to increase this amount of the cash book. So we will add this amount to the bank statement. Now see what is the adjusted balance of both the books. Starting from cash book, 13,650 minus 100 plus 8,000 plus 3,000 plus 450. That comes to 25,000 rupees. Similarly, with the bank statement starting from the positive amount 80,000 plus 1500 minus 48,000 and minus 8,500, the amount comes to 25,000. So dear students, this is called adjusted balance as at the end of the month, as on April 30, 2015. So dear students, we have reconciled the mismatched balances of cash book and bank statement. The actual bank balance of the company is 25,000 rupees. Okay, dear students, now we will start the question of 2016 regular and private same paper. The question is saying a comparison of the cash book and the bank statement of Ocean Company reveal the following information. There are some certain balances and transactions are given. The requirement of the question is prepare a bank reconciliation statement and record necessary adjusting entries. Now, starting from the question, the name of the company is given here, Ocean Company Limited. We will write first the name of the company here, Ocean Company. We are preparing a bank reconciliation statement, so we will write the name of the statement here. Secondly, we will write the date. The date given in the question is of June 30, 2015. As on June 30, 2015. First of all, we will write the balances in the particulars column. Balances as given in the question are debit balance as per the cash book. As I told you earlier, that cash as per cash book, bank is our asset. Bank balance is our asset, and asset always shows debit balance. So whenever a debit balance is given in the question, it means it's a favorable, it's a positive balance. Similarly, the amount of account holder is a liability for the bank. So whenever an amount is given as a credit balance in the bank statement, it means it's a favorable or positive balance. If the balances are controversially given, it means we will record them with the negative sign. Here in the question, it is written that the debit balance as per the bank statement 17,000. Debit balance is an unfavorable balance. It basically shows an overdraft. Bank statement must show a credit balance, that is a favorable. But here in the question, a 17,000 debit balance is given, so we will write this 17,000 as negative balance, as minus 17,000. Now the other differences. The third point given in the question is debit memo for a check of 1,000, 10,000 marked NSF, non-sufficient fund. It means the customer would have given you a check of 10,000. You have deposited that same check into the bank. Now the bank has returned this check with the remarks of non-sufficient fund. So when we received that check, we would have recorded it as a receipt from the customer on the receipt side of cash book. We have added it. Now we will reverse that transaction. So the NSF check will be deducted from the cash book. NSF check, non-sufficient fund check, amounting to rupees 10,000. We will deduct this amount from the cash book. Now the fourth one, check deposited totaling to 40,000 but only 24,000 were cleared. Okay, so we will search here for uncleared check. Uncleared checks are those checks which we have received from the customers, we have deposited them into the bank, but the bank statement does not show their record. We have deposited total check of 40,000. Out of that 40,000, 24,000 were cleared, means their amount has been received in the bank statement. We will search out for the uncleared amount. Out of 40,000 total amount, 24,000 have been cleared. So remaining 16,000 amount is uncleared in the bank. It is not shown in the bank. So we have deposited this amount into the bank. The bank is not showing. We will show it into the bank account. Uncleared check will be added to the bank statement. By how much amount? You have deposited a total checks of 40,000. Out of those 40,000, 24,000 have been cleared. The remaining 16,000 are uncleared, which will be shown as an addition to the bank statement. Number 5, check issued for 30,000 but only 19,000 were presented. Remember that we search for uncleared check, we search for unpresented check. So here we have issued to different suppliers total amount of checks 30,000. Out of those 30,000, 19,000 amount has been presented into the bank. The bank has made payment to them. Remaining 11,000 are not shown in the bank statement. What does it mean? It means we have deducted from the cash books 30,000 while the bank statement have deducted only 19,000. The remaining 11,000 are in process. Some days in future they will reach the bank and they will withdraw this amount from the bank. So we will deduct this amount with the name of unpresented checks from the bank statement. Total amount of check which we issued was 30,000 and out of those 30,000, 19,000 have been presented. So the remaining 11,000 amount is unpresented in the bank. We will deduct this amount from the bank statement. The next transaction is number 5. Number 6 transaction is late deposit not shown in the bank statement 32,000. Late deposit. We have deposited the amount into the bank. We have recorded it into the cash book, but this amount is not being shown in the bank statement. So we will add this amount to the bank statement. It is called last day deposit, late hour deposit, or in other words, it is also called deposit in transit. So this amount is now in the question 32,000 rupees we have deposited. This amount will be added to the bank statement. Number 7, advice received from the bank that a customer had made a direct deposit into the bank 18,000. Direct deposit into the bank by the customer. This amount has been shown in the bank statement, but this amount lacks in the record of cash book. The amount has been added in the cash book in the bank statement. Similarly, we will show this amount as addition to the cash book, which is called direct deposit. Amount in the question is given 18,000 rupees. Number 8 is given interest credited by the bank 2,500. Whenever a bank credits your account, it means they are depositing certain amount into your bank account. They have deposited, they have increased your bank balance. Similarly, it will also increase your cash book account. So the amount given in the question is 2,500 interest credited by the bank. We will add this amount into the bank statement. The amount is 2,500. The last item given in the question is locker rent charged by the bank 500. Locker rent charged by the bank means you have taken certain locker train from bank, and the bank has deducted the rent of that locker from your account directly. You have not recorded that amount in your cash book, so you will record it as a deduction from your bank cash book balance. The amount is 500 rupees. Locker rent minus from cash book, because bank has already deducted this amount from the bank statement. Now we will find out the adjusted balance as on June 30, 2015, again by calculating the balances of cash book and bank statement. Plus minus cancel 18,000 plus 2,500 and minus 500. That comes to 20,000 rupees. Now starting from the cash book, 16,000 deposited balance minus 17,000 minus 11,000 and plus 32,000. Again here comes to 20,000. Now the balance of both the books has reconciled. Okay, dear students, now starting the question of 2017, regular and private. The name of the question here is Sarfaraz and Company. Sarfaraz and Company. We are preparing a bank reconciliation statement, and the date given in the question is April 2017. As on April 30, 2017. Starting the question. The question says a study of the cash book bank column, and the bank statement of Sarfaraz Company for the month of April 2017 revealed the following. Number 1, balance as per cash book credit 6,300. As I told you earlier that as per our record, the bank is our asset and it must show a debit balance if we have certain amount in the bank account. But here the cash book says that we have borrowed some amount from the bank. In that case, the bank balance will be our liability, and in that case it will show a negative amount. So here the cash book is showing a credit balance. We will write this amount as opening balance with a negative amount of 6,300. Similarly, on number 4, transaction number 4, the balance as per bank statement debit balance. As I told you earlier, the bank balance must show a credit balance in order to be a favorable balance. But here in this question, a bank statement shows a debit balance. It means the bank has transferred 14,600 rupees into our account. It means it will also be a negative balance. Now, transaction number 2, check of 10,000 deposit on April 30 not shown in the bank statement. This is a last day deposit which is not shown in the bank statement. It is called deposit in transit. We have deposited an amount in the bank on the last day of the month. We have taken this amount into the cash book, but this amount is not being shown in the bank statement. We have deposited, so we will show this amount as addition to the bank statement. Number 3, debit memo for a check of 1700 by Mr. Yasir Aziz marked as NSF. A check of customer Mr. Yasir Aziz has been returned unpaid by the bank. Means we have received a check from Mr. Yasir Aziz, we have recorded it into the cash book, and now this check has been returned from the bank. So we will reverse that transaction by simply deducting this amount from the cash book. The amount of the check is 1,700. We will deduct this amount from the cash book. Number 4, transaction number 4 says balance. Okay, it is written. Transaction number 4 shows the balance of the bank statement. Okay, number 5, check deposit into the bank 32,600. The bank cleared only 10,000 checks. As I told you in the previous example that we search for uncleared or unpresented amount. So we have deposited a total check of 32,600. 32,600 is the total amount of various checks. Out of those checks, only 10,000 have been cleared. It means the remaining 22,600 checks have not been cleared. Okay. So we will add this amount as uncleared checks into the bank statement. 32,600, and out of them 10,000 have been cleared. 32,600 given in the question, and the cleared amount of check is 10,000. The remaining amount of 22,400 will be added to the bank statement. Number 5, check deposit into the bank. That was number 5, I guess, because number 4 shows the balances. That was number 5. Number 4 shows the debit balance of bank statement. Number 6, advice received from the bank that a customer Mr. Faizan had direct deposit into the bank 7,200. Your customer went to the bank, he deposited certain amount directly into your bank. This amount is not being shown in the cash book. So now it is the turn of cash book to show this amount. We will add this amount to the cash book. That is called bank gyro credit, or in simple words it is called a direct deposit by the customer. The amount of these checks is 7,200. We will add this amount to the cash book. Number 7, unpresented checks. Unpresented checks 8,000. Unpresented checks, let me remind you again, unpresented checks are those checks which we have issued to the suppliers. We have recorded them in the cash book, but they are not being shown in the bank statement. Someday the bank will make payment to them and they will be deducted from the bank statement. So today we will deduct these amounts from the bank statement. The amount is 8,000 rupees. The last item of the question, number 9, it says issued a check of 1,200 for the purchase of furniture was recorded as 12,000 by the company's cashier. Now this is the error of the person who is keeping the cash book at the company. The original amount of the check was 1,200. By mistakenly he has recorded this amount in the cash book as 12,000. Now we will have to see that what is the difference amount of both. 12,000 minus 1,200, it comes to 10,800. It means that he has over recorded the check of payment. Now he must have deducted 1,200 from the cash book, but by mistake he has deducted 12,000. So the remaining 10,800 will be added back to the cash book. It is called over recorded check. Amount will be 10,800. Now let us verify, let us tally this amount. This will be called adjusted balance as on April 30, 2017. Let us make comparison on that. Starting from the cash book, the positive amount 7,200 and 10,800 minus 1,700 and minus 6,300. It comes to a positive amount of 10,000. Here it comes to 10,000. So dear students, the final amount of both the books is tallied. So in these three questions we have solved different questions from the past papers of Karachi board. I hope this would definitely help you for the preparation of your final exam. Not only exam, but this is also help you in your practical life, in your professional life, inshallah. So if you want to learn something more, or if you demand something more, please write your suggestion in the comments. I will appreciate it. Thank you.